Okay, so what do you do when you don't know what to do? There may be someone out there that's saying, I want to know what God wants me to do. I want to be in the will of God. I am seeking and asking God what to do. I am praying and God is not responding. God is not answering my questions. It is not a matter of my heart's desire. I want what God wants for me. I want to know what I'm supposed to do. It's not a matter of me making time for God and making God a priority. I do that, but I hear nothing. I want to know what the step is. I'm asking. And I'm not hearing anything. What do I do? Let's talk about it. I want you to know, number one, God hears your prayers. God knows exactly where you are, what you stand in need of. You don't have to keep repeating yourself to God. He heard you. You don't have to explain it a different way. He knows your thoughts are far off. Before you even spoke the words, he knew it. You don't have to try harder and lean in more. God has already received you and your request. You must know beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's not a second wasted by the Lord. The Lord moves with purpose. The Lord moves with intentionality. There are several reasons why God is not responding in the way that you expect, with clear instructions, clear directions for the next step in the way how you desire. Let me name a few. You're not going to like them because you want him to tell you to move, to do something. You need to know right now what the next step is in this process, because you got to be at work. And I want to tell you that even that thought process is the thing that God is dealing with. You see, oftentimes God is trying to get us to learn patience, to learn to be still, to learn to wait on him, to trust him. We don't get to say how, when, what, because even though you are coming to God, you are still trying to control God. You are still trying to tell him now. You are still trying to tell him how. Yeah, speak to me like this. When I come to you, you need to be here and you need to speak to me just like this right now. Like you're summoning God. We don't summon God. We are trying to control, and he's dealing with that. We need to deal with our faith. Our faith needs to be increased because we are not believing that God is going to show up in a thing and do a thing. So we are coming to him stressed and overwhelmed and overworked because we lack faith that God is going to move and that his will be done. We're lacking trust. Yeah, God's for us and he's going to work for us and he's going to help us. We lack the understanding that because we're not moving, that don't mean that God's not moving. That he wants to be able to show us what he's doing in the situation. That he wants to get the glory for what happens out of our situation, because we're not able to do anything. Whatever happens is as a result then of what God did, and God can get the glory out of it. See, it can't be us because we don't know what to do or how to do it, because we can't do anything because we haven't received instruction. So whatever does happen, it has to be of God, because God was moving. And then God will get the glory out of it. You see, God could be wanting you to rest. Yeah, what that situation needs that you're bringing to him, it needs you to let it breathe for a little bit. It needs your distance. It needs your separation. It needs you to get your hands off of it. And through that, that's how the change that you're looking for will take place. Sometimes you need to rest. You actually need the rest. And the natural, your soul is disturbed. It's rocked. It's not at ease. It needs rest. You're not able to think clearly and move clearly. You're not able to be effective or impactful because you are so wrapped up in the busy and the more that your approach is causing issues. And you need to rest. See, God could be dealing with you on so many levels, and your lack of response, your not getting anything, is the answer to what you're looking for. It's what God is trying to do in and through you. So understand that silence sometimes is the response. Maybe you've done all that you can do, all of it. And God needs you to shift your attention somewhere else. Maybe you're asking and struggling what to do on your job. What do I need to do on my job? What's next? What's the next thing? I'm trying to focus on this deal. There's no movement here. God's like, I need you just to have faith and set that thing aside and know that I'm at work. Use that energy that you're focused on that and shift it over to your family. That's good. You did all you could do there. Now figure out another area of your life that needs attention, your family. Maybe start focusing on yourself now and your health and your well-being. Set that thing aside. It's done. You've done all you can do. Now I'm telling you, let me work, and then you focus in another area. Trust that if God is not speaking to you in the way that you desire him to speak to you, it doesn't mean he hasn't responded with what it is that you need in that moment. I'm telling you, God's not here to play with you. He's not here to manipulate you. He's not here to have you running in circles for no reason at all. He doesn't want you struggling and striving and stressing and worrying. He doesn't get pleasure out of that. Trust that God is for you. He's working on your behalf, and anything that he is doing or anything that you perceive that he's not doing has purpose to it. God is always at work on your behalf because he loves you. Trust that he loves you. And if you pray, he has responded. Maybe not the way that you want, but the way that you need.